Welcome everyone to Saturday. It's the best day of the week because we look back on our week as geeks, and we do this week in Geek. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're joining us live right now on YouTube, or if you're listening to us on a Monday when we launch the audio version of this episode on Spotify, and soon enough will be on other
Is the microphone on
podcast
your shirt
platforms.
what we're doing today? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's cool. That's
Yes, it
cool.
sounds better now. I want my listeners, our listeners, to have the best audio experience possible, and this certainly sounds better than the one we had last week. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, for our viewers on YouTube right now, you're seeing that big banner on in front of us. We can't answer any of. We can tell you we watched it.
I didn't watch
We
it.
both did.
No, I didn't. I didn't
Yeah.
watch it. I
You
didn't watch
didn't?
it.
Okay.
No, I saw
You
Clifford. I saw Clifford the Big Red Dog.
didn't.
I can't watch it. I don't even know where I got
Yeah.
this hat from.
That's true. I didn't get a hat, but I got a bunch of Oreos. I got a bunch
Oh,
of
did you?
Oreos. Yeah,
They have Batman Oreos?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah.
Damn. I want
I'm
some.
gonna eat them tonight. And look, the Giacchino score is out, so we can talk about that if you guys want. So feel free to ask about that. That's
I
out
didn't watch it. Oh, is
for
it
the-
good?
for the public.
I don't know because I've never seen the movie. So
Yeah,
how was the
exactly,
score?
exactly.
Is the score
yeah,
good that he put
for-
out?
It's really good.
It's really good. Yeah, I'm sure.
It's really good.
I can't
And
wait to see
that
the movie.
I noticed there are no spoilers in the titles of the tracks. That I noticed.
Ooh, I like that. And can I say
Um,
this, Ren?
Yes.
1 week from now, it'll be your birthday.
That's true.
Well, or it
That's true.
would have
Well,
been
1
her
week
birthday.
from Monday. From Monday.
1 week from Monday, yeah.
But yeah, there will
still.
be. I will repeat later on the show. But next week there won't be a show because I'll be in Scotland by the time we would be doing this. I'm taking a little trip for the weekend. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you know how this new show works. And in case you don't, we start off by having a ton of discussions. And this week we're going to talk about the DCU. And Zach, I found something more this week after we decided what the topic would be. So I'm going to allude a little bit to that. We're going to talk about how the DCU from 2022 onwards will change. And then we'll get to your live questions. We get to your live questions in one of three ways. There's a tip link in the description, which you can ask great questions and also support the chat. And we guarantee that those questions will be answered, as well as super chat questions. But of course, if you don't want to do that, you can just type them into the live chat and we'll do our best to get to it. But of course, before we get to that, we need to do our very special tradition. Obviously live questions, but I think the one tradition we brought over from our previous podcast, Zachariah Pope, and that was Geeks at the Round Table, RIP. But we're going to start with our weekly ranking. And I didn't watch too terribly much this week. Obviously, you guys know we watched something that we can't talk about. It's not going to be included in this ranking. But next week, Zach is going to have a live discussion about it. And I'll pop in for a brief moment and I can give you my weekly ranking on that if you guys want to. But this week, Zach, I only watched like two things. I watched Dog. I finally watched Dog and No Exit. And at number 2, in comes
You watched
Dog.
Euphoria, by the way.
That's true.
By the way.
Watched Euphoria. So in last place comes Dog, which it's exactly what I was expecting when I talked to you last week. So my thoughts on it is watch Megan Levy. Megan Levy is a fantastic movie that you should watch that handles the situation that Dog does much better. And Dog is all right. It's charming. It's light. But I wanted to get to the nitty-gritty of the topic that they were trying to discuss. Over that, I'm going to have the new Hulu/Disney Plus, if you're from outside the United States like me, horror thriller No Exit. Solid. Wasn't blown away. I have a few issues with the writing, but the direction and performances are really strong and elevate the material on paper. And on first place, it's Euphoria Episode 7, the episode before the finale, Lexi's Play, which is... It's a really nice contrast in that episode of whenever you're in Lexi's Play, it's light, it's breezy, it's fun at looking back at certain moments from the show. And then you go to Faz's place and it's just tension, waiting for a proverbial bomb to go off. But I think that's all I watched this week, so that's my weekly ranking. Not too much. It's been kind of a dead week here in the UK because the big release this week, Zach, was Cyrano, and we've seen that.
We had that too.
and they did release the Foo Fighters movie, which I wanted to go watch, but they're not playing it near me, so I have no choice to watch it, unfortunately. So I'll just wait for a digital release.
Nice. Okay. So my turn. I didn't watch a lot this week. This month has been really big for gaming. So I've been probably playing more hours of games than I have played in a while. Dying Light, Horizon Forbidden West, almost done with that one. And then I just got Elden Ring, which I might be a little bit more mellow today because I went to bed 2 hours ago.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, this is how engaged. So I wasn't engaged the first night it came through, and I was like, damn it, I gotta try this shit again. So then I like reset a new character so I could like try something different, and I loved it.
Okay.
I played that game. I'm not shitting you. I played that game for 5 hours straight, and I didn't even notice it was fucking 3 a.m. I looked and I'm like, oh my god, I need to go to bed. So it's awesome. But starting my weekly ranking, my girlfriend wanted to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre after she saw Ren's review of how bad it was. And
really
I
good
had
my
to
review,
watch
by the
it
way.
too.
You also should watch it if you're watching this.
I did.
I
watched it.
No,
It was
I'm
really...
saying people watching us right
now. It's bad. It's terrible, and it's very boring. Yeah, there's like, for me, I laughed my ass off. Like there are
that shot of him popping up from the cornfield.
Oh,
like,
dude, I fucking lost it. And usually when
funniest
we watch
shot
movies,
of the year.
I didn't go to the bathroom beforehand, and I had to go, and I'm like, just play it. I don't care.
Oh, yeah, it's an hour 23 minutes.
I just watched the movie. I'm just gonna run. No, I ran to the bathroom. I said, "Fuck it."
Oh, you did?
I don't care.
I mean, you didn't miss anything, so yeah.
No, but yeah, that shot in the cornfield, holy fuck. I will say though, and I will give the movie credit. There were some awesome kills in it. Like they're like the bus scene is great. Like the gore is an effect.
Like the bus scene.
Oh, really?
Because to me, like, it's cool. All the blood, but at one point it crossed the line where I'm like, okay, why aren't you 20 people jumping on top of this one dude? Well, I get that it's Leatherface. Okay?
I get that. Like, I mean, that's stupidity. That's every slasher. There's a lot of
it's true. Stuff. It's true. It's true.
I really don't mind. But I love that scene. I was like, why couldn't the rest of this movie be fucking cool like this? But I thought the gore and the effects and like that were cool. But a lot of the characters, like you said, stupid. A lot of the choices, dumb. So dumb. Story, terrible. The Gen Z millennial type shit they're trying to do in this town was fucking dumb. They killed the coolest character off really fast, who's really the only not even interesting. He's just okay. I can kind of relate to this guy because he's not a fucking asshole like these kids today. The things these kids do.
The two characters, like the girl that goes with the sheriff, and then the local guy, the guy with the gun. Those are the two. Like,
I like the local sheriff.
More realistic characters.
Yeah, but like again, stupid choices. And the other thing is, Leatherface is a fucking human being. There was one time where I was like, this guy should have been dead. 100% should have been dead. So this movie's just fucking, it's terrible. It's terrible on a lot of different levels. God forbid. Next, I have Studio 666. I love the Foo Fighters. They are my favorite band of all time.
They are.
And I like the movie. Am I ever going to watch this again? No, probably never.
That's what I've been hearing.
It's not great. And honestly, I wouldn't even go as far to say it's good. It's a fine horror comedy that has a lot of fun moments for it if you are a fan of the Foo Fighters. If you know their energy, if you know their personality. Because
so I don't care for the Foo Fighters. Would I have less of a good time? Would I not understand some okay.
Not even the references you'd be fine on. Unless you know their music, because they do joke around in like one scene. But the thing about it is, like, if you didn't know the Foo Fighters for face value, it would just be a horror comedy with a band trying to make their 10th album in a haunted house. For me, knowing their personality, I've been to their concerts, and their concerts, Dave Grohl is a storyteller. He tells stories throughout this, and he wrote the story for this. He didn't write the screenplay, he wrote the story. And you can very much see this is something that he would have said around a campfire or even at a concert. Like, hey, this 10th album we filmed in like a haunted, like some shit like that. I will give credit, though. The kills were... honestly, some were better than Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There was a lot of gore. It was all practical. And there's a cool demonic shots that are cool. Other than that, though, it's way too long. It's an hour and 52 minutes, and this should have been 30 minutes shorter. 100% would have been way more entertaining, because I just zoned out by the hour mark. And when I went for almost another hour, I was like, I don't know why this is still going. Also, if you're going to see this for Jenna Ortega, she is in it for 1 minute. Do not go see this for just Jenna Ortega. She's good for the 1 minute.
Wait, did I miss anything? Is she in the Foo Fighters movie?
Yeah, she's in it for 1 minute. She was advertised and everything. She's in it for 1 minute. Do not see it for just her, because I was very surprised by that. So, it's fine. It's fun. Like that's it. It's fine, fun, and dandy. Like, so again, yeah. Like it like. I enjoyed it. If my dad, who's a Foo Fighters fan, asked me, should I watch it? Yep, watch the one time at home. Or even like if you want to go to the theater, sure, why not? But at my number one, Euphoria, penultimate episode, Lexi's Play. This was a fantastic episode. Part one. This was easily, just like Rue's episode was still my favorite of the entire show. This is my second favorite entire episode of the entire show. Even though that production budget would have put that school out of business.
I mean, where do you think she got the budget? She's dating Fez. He paid for it.
That's
got
true.
the money.
But I loved this episode, the way it ended. I got a feeling this week's or tomorrow's episode, it's probably not going to be great, if I'm being honest. Really? I got a gut feeling on this one that it's just not going to live up to what I want it to be. But I really I loved this episode. And Maude Apatow, like, I've never loved her as an actress because, I mean, I've only seen her as like a kid and all of her dad's stuff, but she's fantastic. I mean, if Zendaya deserves an Emmy nomination, I would argue she does as well. It's a really good episode. And God forbid, Ethan... holy shit. That whole entire sequence when he's playing Nate on stage, that was the fucking shit. So I really like this.
Funny. The first time I saw that actor in anything was in This Is Us, where he plays a Nate Jacobs-like character.
Oh, what?
So the fact that he's a good guy in this show, but his character ends up playing Nate Jacobs in a play, it's just really funny.
That's funny. I've only seen him in like a couple other things, and he's always played the exact same character.
So I didn't watch Euphoria the first season when it came out. I only watched it last year, or at this point, 2020. I don't remember. But he popped in This Is Us, and then I watched Euphoria in a certain season of This Is Us, but Euphoria had come out by the time when he popped up in This Is Us. I just hadn't seen it. So I see him in This Is Us, and then I finally watch Euphoria, and I'm like, oh, it's that dude from This Is Us.
No, he was in this...
He's completely different.
While you're grabbing everyone else's weekly rankings, he was in this movie. I'll try and find it, but I actually found it to be really underrated. I think it's an Amazon Prime exclusive, but I gotta find it.
He was also on a Netflix show, a Christmas Netflix show that we started watching over here, but then didn't care for those first episodes, so we didn't continue.
What's his name, man? Oh, okay, here it is. Austin Abrams.
Austin Abrams.
He's in Paper Towns too. I forgot that. Brad Status. He's in. Brad Status is very underrated. Yeah, he's the kid. He's the kid with the.
Is he?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I love
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. He's in it. Okay, so the movie I was talking about is called Chemical Hearts. Not great, but it's really underrated. It's about a high school transfer student who finds like a new passion.
I know I haven't seen it, but the name is not unfamiliar.
It's a romance.
Check, like, shows? Can you check shows that he has been in? Like the show on Netflix, it's his name, a girl's name, something, or a girl's name, his name, something. When I say his, the character's
name. Oh, he's in The Walking Dead. What the fuck? Oh, I remember who he played. He fucking sucked. I was so happy when he fucking died in that show. Spoilers, sorry everyone.
Spoilers. Yeah, I don't care. It's got to be 2018.
Dash and Lily.
That's it. That's the one. Thank you. All right. Weekly ranking by Nate Ankenbauer. Weekly ranking number 5, Kingsman. Because he didn't put the, I'm not sure what she means, but I'm going to assume it's the latest one, the Kingsman. Number 4, Inbetweeners 2. Number 3, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Remake. Number 2, The Dark Knight Rises. And number 1, The Dark Knight. I reviewed every single movie in the Nolan trilogy ahead of The Batman, so if you want to run by the trilogy reviews, they are now on the channel. I just uploaded the last one on Thursday. So yeah, nice ranking, Nate. Luis Feliciano, weekly ranking. Number 2, Stranger Things, seasons 1 through 3. Holy shit, you ate 3 seasons in 1 week. Rewatch, getting ready for season 4. Number 1, The Last Duel. Watched it for the first time and loved it. Last Duel is really good. Jordan Morgan, missed you, buddy. Number 5, Uncharted. Still enjoyed it and had fun, which I think is exactly how most of us at least feel. Number 4, Ant-Man. Number 3, Black Widow. Number 2, Age of Ultron. And number 1, Civil War. Yes, I am on an MCU rewatch. Very good. I'm going to say this. I'm going to do a communicado here. Brand new communication. You're hearing it here first. Now that I'm done with reviewing the Dark Knight trilogy, I'm going to start another series of reviews leading up to Luis Feliciano's profile picture. I'm going to review a certain series of movies that start with the letter X. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a ton of movies to review up until May 6th. And I already don't have a lot of time, so I got to hustle. All right. Gico EP. My weekly ranking, number 5, Uncharted. It's okay. Number 4, The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder. I got screeners for that for episodes 1 and 2 without asking, but I never watched them because I never watched the original show. I know what it is, but it was never like a big show for me. Number 3, Euphoria episode 7. Number 2, Batman 89. Number 1, The Rundown. Oh, that's Welcome to the Jungle. We have different names for it. I'm sorry. The Rundown. So whenever people say The Rundown, Zach, I'm like, I know that name, but never quite sure what it is.
It's really good.
He mentions
it's really good.
I really like it. Yeah, it's Peter
Low key. Where's Sean William Scott? That guy's awesome.
Yeah. Tony Movie Chappie. Weekly ranking for me is 4, Uncharted. Honest, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I had fun with it. Number 3, Death on the Nile. Not Nyla. Number 2, The Endless. That's from the guys who did Synchronic, I think, and are going to be doing Moon Knight and at least one episode of Loki season 2. And
no,
number 1, Reacher.
I thought they were doing every episode of Loki.
Yeah. I think I read a few or several.
I thought they were the main directors.
I could be wrong. And yes, everyone guessed it, that it was the X-Men. And of course, I'm not going to use... I love John Ottman's score for the films, but I'm going to be using the 90s theme, of course. They'll be great because I recently watched all of the X-Men for the first... You watched them for the first time? You had never seen it? That's awesome, dude. Well, for most of them, at least, is awesome. And then someone's dud, and I apologize you had to go through them, Jordan. That's awesome. And I'm glad you guys are excited. I can't wait to talk about these movies because it has been a while. I was originally going to review, Zach, I was originally going to review all the X-Men movies leading up to Dark Phoenix. But I'm glad I didn't. Now I have a sound I'm very proud of. I have a setting I'm very proud of. So it won't be for Doctor Strange, but at some point, I'm going to once again do reviews for every single MCU movie. Because at the time I did it, I did them ahead of Infinity War, and I still used my old rating system at the time. So I'm going to be reviewing them again at some point in the future with the current rating system. And I'm going to be re-reviewing Apocalypse, because I reviewed Apocalypse at the time when it came out, because I already had my channel back then. But I'm going to be doing it again. Gotta start over, gotta start fresh. And Okay, first X-Men, and then I'm going to review the Jurassic Park movies ahead of Dominion because of the same reasons I am reviewing the MCU movies in the near future. Rating system, setting, audio, much better now. My channel evolved, so I want to do it again. My phone fell. Never mind. All right, everyone. Let's get to our only topic at hand: the present and future of the DCEU. So this year we have count them, 4 DCEU movies dropping, and they will be in order, if I'm not mistaken. Zach, feel free to correct me if I am mistaken. The Flash, Black Adam, Aquaman, and Batgirl. Batgirl might come before Aquaman. I don't remember.
Well, Black Adam's before the Flash.
Oh, it is. Okay, so Black Adam, The Flash, Aquaman, and Batgirl. Yeah. Aquaman's probably going to move.
I feel like Batgirl moves, actually, to be honest. Aquaman's moving too. I mean, yeah. Aquaman's fucking...
It's not coming out.
It's moving at least up or back. Mm-hmm. Like a couple of weeks.
I think back. I think back for sure.
It needs to.
But yeah.
And people don't know why it needs to. It's Avatar 2 is releasing the exact same day.
Yeah.
So...
and as you guys know, we like the DCU for the most part. There's really only 2 movies I don't like in the DCU. There's one movie I absolutely adore. You guys know very well what it is. There's 2 movies I love. So we like the DCU, but this is the year that the DCU is going to drastically change from what it is into what it is going to be. And I don't know if that's exciting. Because to me, a major shift is impactful when you have set something in stone, or you have something very clearly established and with its own very unique identity. And I don't feel the DCU as a universe has quite found its footing. I think it has individual pieces that work very well, but as a whole, I don't think we'll feel that big change coming. I think things will just be different, and it'll be as if nothing was there before, because it's almost like at the moment there's not a proper universe established.
For me, it's funny because, well, so like this year, Black Adam's first. Mm-hmm. Black Adam's going to introduce the Justice
Which
Society,
I'm very excited about.
Yeah, I'm getting more and more excited for that one. But how much in the past is it? Like, you know what I mean? So that's my question.
I think there'll be a part of the movie that takes place like millennia ago, like old times. But it's a good question. I was gonna say early 20th century, so the 1900s, early 1900s.
Really? I'm thinking this is modern day. Like, I think I think it's gonna span time, but a majority of the film is modern day.
Okay.
Because what I'm interested in, well, we don't know much of what the fuck they're doing with this universe until we see Flash.
That's true.
I mean, we have an idea because of Batgirl, and Batgirl has Michael Keaton in it. So clearly Keaton is the next Batman. Like, that has been rumored forever. It's
that is
obvious here.
At this point,
Keaton is going to be the next Batman.
He's going to be the Batman.
What will happen is Keaton will he'll retire his version of the Batman in a couple films, he'll die or some shit, and Batgirl will be the main Batman in this universe. You know, whether they have Nightwing come into play, whether they have Robin, we don't know, but that will happen.
Not right now, at least.
No. And Sasha Calle will most likely end up being the main Superman for this entire world, which, again, that's awesome, but I would rather just have her do a Man of Steel movie with Henry Cavill being a mentor to her. You know, or some shit like this where they're working together, because that would make sense.
Proper Man of Steel too,
or that,
let
man.
Supergirl do her thing.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. And the other thing I'll put this though, and I think if we look at Peacemaker, which I'm going to talk about Peacemaker's finale. So if you haven't watched Peacemaker, do not. I mean, it's been out for 2 weeks now, so if you were going to watch it, you were going to watch it. I feel like TV spoilers are. Second it's out, it's out.
I mean, I can get some people not watching it because the UK still does not have an option.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
seriously? You guys still don't have an option? That's terrible. That's fucking terrible. That's terrible.
If it wasn't for VPN, I wouldn't have seen it.
That's terrible. That's awful.
Yeah.
I don't even understand how that's a fucking choice. But anyways, just put it on Disney Plus. Sell it to Disney Plus. So the Justice League shows up. 4 members of it. And if you haven't heard, there's a little bit of a controversy because Cyborg and Batman were supposed to be there, but they were edited out, which Batman, I understand why. I'm assuming Peacemaker takes place after the Flash.
I don't.
I do.
I don't. It's a silhouette. You can. Cyborg is the one I understand. Batman, I don't.
I get. Well, imagine though. The thing is, imagine this takes place after Flash. It's not Ben Affleck anymore.
Well, if it takes place after the Flash, and they know that, they just silhouette a specific Michael Keaton like thing, or a Batgirl like thing.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. I honestly. I think they should have. I don't even think they should have done the. I think they should have just done the 2 cameos. Like you didn't need the full. Because
if it takes place after the Flash and we have the Batgirl as the Batman and Supergirl as the Superman, why is Superman silhouette there?
So
that's very clearly supposed to be Henry Cavill.
That is why I very much want to say there's still a chance, Ren. There is still a chance. I'm not holding out too much hope, but there is a chance, man. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God, did they get Henry? Like, I literally thought for a second. But I'll be honest, I'm going to tell you right now. If like Henry Cavill never comes back and I got that fucking silhouette, I'm going to be pissed. Because I'm going to tell you, like, seriously.
I'm not. I'm going dumb.
I am. I'm going to be fucking pissed. I'm going to be fucking pissed. Because it's like, why didn't you just have the Flash and Aquaman show up? You didn't need the full fucking Justice League. Like, fuck you. Yeah. Anyways, Sasha Kaya is probably gonna end up being Superman for this world, Superwoman, and that's fine. I mean, whatever. I like you said, you've grown numb to the thing. And that's where I get my issues with the DCEU, because it's a world that is very much just tried different things to make it work, and it's like they're trying to, those like toys that kids get and it shows the shapes like a square, a triangle, and you see a kid playing with one of those, but he's trying to shove the square into the triangle, and you want to smack him inside the face because he's an idiot, because clearly it's not the fucking triangle. That's how I feel watching Warner Brothers, the DCEU, which again, Discovery is coming in, so a lot of other things could change within the next 3 years. I would say we won't see those effects now because everything's in production.
Even the effects we're seeing now, they coming from when Hamada took over. It was Sujihara and then Hamada. Yeah.
So
we're either going to from when he took over, like in 2018 or something.
Yeah, because we're either going to see 2 things. We're going to see this continue again, like this entire world continue. Like if Discovery likes how it's going, I'm sure if it's making money, they're going to be like, okay, let's just keep making good movies then. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's continue. Maybe even make a plan like the MCU does. If not, we're going to see a shift again. And I'll tell you this, that shift will be a full reboot of the entire universe.
Okay.
I think they'll end up doing Aquaman's like trilogy. They'll do Wonder Woman's trilogy. And then I think that's it. I think we get a complete reboot for the entire universe, and I would not be shocked. I know Matt Reeves said he doesn't want to expand his Batman universe and stuff, but I wouldn't be shocked if they're like, look, he doesn't have to connect, but we're going to say they're in this world, and that's it.
I don't buy it. I don't
know. It's just a thought, but the thing I do want to put for the DCU is I think you might feel the same frustration. When you walk out of a movie of like the DCU, I don't know if you've had the same thought, but every time I do, I walk out and I'm like, sweet, hope I get a sequel. Because like Shazam, I walked out of Shazam, and I know you didn't love Shazam. I know we're in 2 different camps on that, but I walked out.
Shazam, I wasn't like, I hope I get a sequel.
But I walked out loving it, and I'm like, damn, hope I get a sequel. And almost a full year it took for them to announce a sequel. And then,
Yeah, true.
I mean, those kids
It's
are like
also
30
because it
years
didn't
old
make
now.
a ton. Like it wasn't a flop, but it
It
didn't
made
blow
its
up the
money
box
back though for
office.
the budget
Yeah,
it
yeah,
had though. So I
yeah.
mean, like,
But
I
it
don't
didn't
know.
make money. It made its money back, but it didn't make money. It didn't make a profit.
Yeah.
Per se. But I want to address something specific, something that you and I have had quite a few worries about for the past year, and that is the Flash movie. Not the past year, past what, 2 years? Because you and I got it for one way or another. We got a bunch of information thrown our way. And we go back a little bit to what I was talking about, that there's going to be this major shift to the universe, but the universe was not properly established in the first place. So what is there to change that we're gonna feel? And like, I'm not gonna be here and I'm not gonna sit here and reveal to you a ton of the stuff that we know that Zack told me through other people and whatnot. I can't do that. I can't betray that trust. But I'm going to give you an example. I just had a conversation this week with some friends that I went to the big movie, Zack, with, and when we gathered for drinks afterwards to talk about it. And we talked about a few things in the DCU and in DC in general. And you know how everything you and I have been finding out about Doctor Strange, everything that we hear, like, gets us more excited. Everything I hear about the Flash gets me less excited.
Same.
And Thursday, I found out something else.
Can you
It's
put it in
just
the
another
private chat?
Yes.
Let's get my reaction.
All right. Amongst all the other things, your face. Amongst all the other things that we already knew, add this new thing that I just sent Zack, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I don't know what this film is, guys.
They are using a movie. They are literally using a movie to reboot a franchise.
A franchise that was not established. This is the first Flash movie. They've established nothing properly of this character. What we know of the Flash, and remember, the Snyder Cut is not canon, so what we know of the Flash is that he's starting out, and he has his dad in jail. But that's all borrowed information. The whole history of that is borrowed information that we have from the TV show, from the comics, from animated movies, like in the Justice League. The one time, and now we have Peacemaker, sure.
And the Suicide Squad showed up in Suicide Squad for 3 seconds.
True. Yeah, like he arrested Boomerang. He
also choked a woman.
Well, but that's not in the DCU, thankfully.
I don't know. It's canon to me.
It's canon. Yeah, it's canon in real life.
Like, Aquaman might fuck fishes, but I don't know about you. Like, the Flash chokes women.
I just love the fuck Barry. Let me take this out now because we don't need to talk about that. But yeah, that new piece of information, I'm just like, I have no idea what this film is doing. I don't think they know what this film is doing. It just feels like chaos. And it feels like they had a more concrete plan about what they were going to do with Batman in this movie than whatever plan they had for the proper movie itself.
I don't even. So here's the thing. That trailer is going to come out and be awesome. Yeah. And it's going to be like, fuck, Ren, should we be excited for this now? You know, like, which it sucks because I love Andy Muschietti as a director. I think he's.
I hope we get a trailer. I hope we get a movie, and everything that you and I know was completely wrong.
Because not even wrong. If it is true, it works. You know what I mean? Because that's a thing. It's not gonna work. I know, but you got to think about it. Sometimes you hear stuff, and then you're like, I don't know how that's gonna work. And then you watch it, you're like, okay, this works.
But Zach, you and I also know that people in this movie are not liking what they're seeing during the process of putting it together.
I know.
So, and again, but to your credit, to the credit of the point trying to bring up, that is all just opinion as well. Like, there are things that don't work on the page, like you said, and these people that are putting it together are like,
I will say this:
what I'm seeing,
they have still not done a test screening for this film. Which is that's not good. Yeah, because Shazam has had 3. Shazam 2 has had 3 test screenings. I
Shazam
still
even
think
had one that was supposed to be the Flash.
yeah. I am still saying this. I would not be shocked if Shazam moves to this year. I think Shazam's pretty much, besides visual effects, it's probably almost done at this point. Unless I don't know what the results were from the test screening. And I'm actually surprised nothing came out about that. But same thing happened. Same thing happened for Black Adam. They had a test screening, and only like one thing came from it, and that was it. No one talked about if it was great or not. So, I mean, we'll see, man. I am starting to believe that Flash is not going to come out this year. I just you don't have. There's nothing to it, and I don't know. It's very weird. I mean, I'm probably gonna be wrong. It'll come out, and that'll be it. But I'm not like, and I should. The Flash is literally top 4 DC superheroes for me. I love the Flash. I love that character. I'm so sad that and we all know Grant Gustin's probably gonna be fucking in it too, right? Like he's gonna show up for a second. I wouldn't be
hope
shocked.
He isn't. I hope he isn't, because I would love to have Grant Gustin as the movie Flash, and he's clearly not going to be the movie Flash.
Well, if we're changing everything, I mean that could work.
At least he doesn't choke women, so that would be an upgrade as far as I'm
Can I
concerned.
say, isn't it crazy though that, like you said, they are literally using this movie to reboot their franchise, but they have a more clear direction on what to do with Batman.
Yeah,
and even Superman, it looks like, with Sasha Kaye, which again, very excited to see how she does in it. And I know a lot of you guys are probably like, oh, they're not excited to see Michael Keaton. I'm excited to see Keaton back. I think it's gonna be cool. Is it kind of dumb how they're bringing him in, and it doesn't make sense that this is the one character that's pretty much going to be replaced? Yeah, it makes fucking zero sense. I mean, I might see the movie, and it might be
it'll be fun to see Michael Keaton, but to me, it doesn't make sense how you have a DC universe and Batman is the Nick Fury character of the whole. No, Batman is the most active character. Batman is, and obviously they have their own Batman thing going on another universe. Yes, that's fine. But it's still weird that you have a DC universe and there's a Batman there, but he's he's in his 70s. He's on the sidelines. He just sends the others on missions. He doesn't do too much of
Batman
anything
Beyond
himself.
That'd be cool. Do Batman Beyond.
I still don't think that would work in live action, but that's just me. Because even then, even if you do Batman Beyond, it's in the future. It's not right now. You don't do Batman Beyond right now.
You can change stuff.
But it stops being Batman Beyond if you do that. That's the thing. You can call it Batman Beyond.
You know what else stops? You know what else stops? The Flash from being good.
The buck stops. Yeah. The buck stops here.
But yeah, I love Andy. I hope he proves me wrong.
Same. But The Flash is easily one of the films I have. Okay, let me put it this way. Which film? I know my answer, but which film are you most afraid of? And I have to step out of the screen real quick, but I'll still be here. I'll still be listening to you.
What do you mean by most afraid of?
The Flash or Black Panther: Wakanda Forever?
I'm more afraid of The Flash. I think you know more about Black Panther 2 than I do. I know elements of that movie, but I don't know enough. But there's a lot of things working against both movies. But for me, you have the MCU, which has never made a garbage film, at least in my mind. Every movie is at least good. You know, it's good. It's not
every movie is at least very watchable, even if forgettable.
Yep. And that's the thing. I don't think Black Panther 2 will be forgettable. They'll probably end up making choices that'll be very divisive. The Flash, I don't even want to review that movie because if I do end up liking it, I mean, honestly, I'm even afraid to review the Batman, because there will be people who will be Snyderverse crazy and be like, well, we didn't get Ben Affleck's, you know. And I love Ben Affleck. He's my favorite Batman.
If you're complaining about any movie is that you didn't get another movie, then you have no legit complaint.
Yeah, exactly. But to answer your question, I am more worried about The Flash than I am Black Panther. Because
I
Ryan
agree
Coogler's
with you.
better director. Ryan Coogler's better director. So
I agree with you mostly because of what you said. The track record that is there is much better for now. Granted, the MCU has been operating for a longer amount of time. It has given us a bigger roster of films and characters. But even if we compare like whatever the first 7 movies of the DCU, because I think they're at 7 or 8, something like that. 8 movies of the MCU, 8 movies of the DCU. It is a shaky record in the DCU. The MCU by 8 movies. What did they have by the time they
Iron Man, Iron Man 2, The Hulk, Avengers, Captain America,
Thor, Captain America,
Iron Man 3, and then
Thor: The Dark
2.
World. Yeah,
so
Thor:
that's
The Dark
8.
World. So you got Iron Man, you got Thor, you got Captain America, the First Avenger, you got the Avengers. Those are like all-timers. The DC, you got Man of Steel, which is awesome. And then you got Batman v Superman, which I like. But then you got
Batman v Superman. The Ultimate Edition, though. Not the regular. Fuck that edition. That edition's terrible, man.
I don't think the Ultimate Edition is that much of an edition.
Oh, dude. That was like... my girlfriend was watching the theatrical cut, and I was like, "Why are you watching this shit?" I'm like, "Watch the Ultimate Edition."
We're watching this garbage.
Yeah, I'm like, "Stop it."
But yeah, the point is, what we want to get to is the DCU is going to drastically change this year, and we're not sure if that's for the better. Unfortunately, I want it to be. I want this to work. I love Marvel and DC.
When they are more separated movies, though, and not connecting, that's when it works. And when they let the directors do what they need to do.
They are still a universe, and that's my problem with it. They want to be a universe, and so they have all these pieces that individually work, but together they still haven't found their footing. And if you're going to change a universe, because they're not changing just the Flash, Zach, they're changing everything else around it. And if you're changing everything else around it, what are you changing? Because everything else around doesn't properly have an identity.
The other thing that's kind of dumb to me is like, in most ways, if you're recasting a role, you just recast it. You don't use a fucking movie to explain why a character is not there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, if you gave me, I don't know, if you fucking recasted Ben Affleck as John Hamm's, like John Hamm took over the role, cool. I like literally no complaints. Not just because it's John Hamm, but cool. That's my Batman. You know what I mean? That's the Batman going forward in this universe.
It'd be weird at first, and then 5 minutes later, you're like, okay.
It's like they're doing Keaton to get like an older audience too, because a lot of older people like dude, my grandma found out Michael Keaton was coming back. She goes, "Oh, that's awesome," and because she loves Michael Keaton as Batman. Yeah. So like that is an interesting thing, and it's like for me, it's like, do people forget that you can recast a role and like it doesn't matter. You don't have to affect the character.
You don't need to explain why you recast a role. Just recast a role.
Yeah, like plenty of movies have done this before. I know it's been weird lately with comic book movies because like the MCU is like what recast
times
roles.
They are a changing.
They've recast the Hulk and War Machine, and that's it. But like in this case, like for me, like honestly, like okay, sure, if Henry Cavill, I mean, we know he wants to come back, but like if for some reason he didn't want to come back, just recast him. Just recast the role with someone else and continue that character. So I still get that Kal-El. Like, isn't it crazy, Ren, that maybe the next Justice League movie we will not have a Superman or Batman in it. It'll be Batgirl and Superman.
Will we get another Justice League movie? That's the thing.
I don't know. I don't fucking know. But
what would be the next Justice League movie? It's Aquaman. It's Wonder Woman. It's The Flash. We're not getting Cyborg, so
it would be honestly Batgirl. I think would be Batgirl, Superwoman,
Black Adam. Do you think Black Adam?
I think Shazam. Oh. I think Shazam.
Okay.
So Shazam, Superwoman.
Point is, it's a mess, and I don't think the fixing of this mess is going to actually fix the mess. Those are my. I'm being pessimistic. Yes, I am. So I hope they prove me wrong.
I will say this. Can I say this? I think because the Flash is so interconnected to the world, I think the good thing we can look at is that the other movies, well, besides Batgirl is going to be pretty connected because of Michael Keaton. Maybe not as much as I'm thinking, but I think it's going to be cool because I think Aquaman 2 will be pretty separated as well as Black Adam. So I think that's going to be fun because we don't have to worry. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be on its own. And I've noticed when the DCEU does its own shit, like Suicide Squad, that's when it works. Peacemaker, another thing. Like it connected, but it didn't. But that's how it should connect in these solo things. Like, oh, like, yeah, the Justice League would be in this world. You know what I mean? So
yeah. But by the way, before we move on to your guys' life questions, I didn't include it in my ranking because I didn't note it down that I watched. But just this morning, I watched the finale of The After Party because it's now on the Apple screeners thing. Have you seen the finale?
I have not even seen one episode yet.
Oh, okay.
I know. I've been waiting.
You're gonna love The After Party.
I know.
But now you can watch them all. So yeah. All right, everyone. That is it for our discussion. I think we got our points across. I don't know if you want to add anything, Zach, but I'm very worried. I think the present right now is on shaky ground. I think the future is going to be on even shakier ground, at least with the information we have at the moment. Mm-hmm. And the brand new piece of information I just sent Zach's way because it's just head scratch.
And you got my live reaction.
One more thing to add to this movie, really?
Yeah. I do want to say one thing before we start getting to the Ask Me Anything portion. If you are listening to audio only, thank you so much again. Make sure to subscribe, rate, all those sorts of things. We do appreciate it. I think Ren has put the Spotify link down below in the description here.
It is now always in the description.
So there will be more exclusive things kind of going there once I kind of get more time. I'm planning to do some of the reviews, rankings that we do, just random things from both of our channels kind of on there. So if you want to listen to us on the go, and you can't watch the video, there you go. But again, thank you so much. And for the Ask Me Anything portion, once again, guys, throw your best questions in, because if you want us to talk about news topics or anything like that, that's going to be the best thing about it all. So Ren, anything else you want to say?
No, just remember that if you want to support the channel, you can through the tip link, through the super chat. You can become a member of the channel, start at as little as $1 a month.
That's what I was just about to say that. I was about to say, and the sponsor of this video is Ren's members.
Ren's members, Bruna and Stuart. Shout out to them. I forgot to thank them last week. So that's the overcorrection right there. All right, we're starting with our
go support Bruna's TikToks.
Yes, TikToks. Tyler Van, did you guys love Man of Steel when it first came out, or did it take a bit for you to come around on it like some others? This is a great question, and I have addressed it before. When I first saw Man of Steel, I went to see it like the first day it came out with 2 friends. I just kind of reconnected with one of those friends, actually, so it's a funny story there. But I liked Man of Steel when it first came out, but I wasn't sure about it, if that makes any sense. And I don't think I went back to see it in theaters. I didn't go back to it. I still wasn't at that point in my life where I went back several times for too many movies. Exceptions like the Avengers, I went to see it a ton of times and whatnot. Man of Steel I liked, but then I waited. The Blu-ray came out. I bought this big collector's edition, which is like this tin can that
thing's sick. I've seen that thing before.
It's on my background whenever I'm in Portugal, in the far background. And it was only by then, watching it on Blu-ray, that it clicked for me. And I think it clicked like on the first time I watched it on Blu-ray. That's when it clicked for me. But the first time, I liked it, but it was, for some reason, I still don't know what it is to this day, it was a bit off. So, Zach, what about you? Did you love it at first, or did it grow in?
I've never talked about this publicly, and everyone's about to fucking kill me. I never saw it in theaters. I didn't get to.
Really?
Nope, didn't get to see this thing in theaters.
Oh, wow.
It was a weird. What year did this come out?
2013. July 2013.
So, I was dating someone who, if they didn't want to go see something, I didn't get to see it.
Oh, bastard.
I missed a lot of movies. and I think I've mentioned like Interstellar was one I missed.
June 14th
Okay.
to 2013.
Yeah. So I missed Interstellar as well, and I missed a lot of others, but
That was the next
um
year.
yeah. I mean, I was
Oh
with her
man.
for 2.5
Oh
years,
wow.
so there's 2.5 years of movies that I missed. But I've caught up with a lot of them. I mean,
Yes.
second we broke up, man. Oh fuck yeah! What did I go do? I went in.
I'm gonna watch movies.
Yeah, and Man of Steel was one of the first ones I watched because Batman v Superman was starting to come out. I'm like,
That's
fuck, I
right.
need to watch
That's right.
this. And I was
Dude,
very excited to
by the
watch
way,
Man of
sorry.
Steel.
Do you know when Portugal got this?
No.
So you got it. United States and the UK got it on June 14th. Portugal, at the time I still lived there, obviously, June 27th. I waited 2 weeks to get to
That's
see this
terrible.
movie.
That's crazy.
I'm so glad I wasn't yet on YouTube and on Twitter and all that
Oh
shit.
god. Well, and that's the thing is I'd heard the movie wasn't great, but I wanted to
Mm,
watch it.
yeah.
So I watched it and I'm like, what the fuck is everyone smoking? This
What
movie's
the hell,
fucking
Richard?
great. So I loved it. And then it was funny though. I wanted to watch it again like a couple weeks
Mhm.
later. So I watched it again. And I loved it again. I loved it more. And I just every rewatch has made me love the movie more. So yes, I did love it the second I saw it. But
It's
I didn't
just
get to
that
see
you
it in
didn't see
theaters.
it when it came out. Yeah.
And honestly, I'll never get to
Yeah.
see it in theaters.
Yeah,
Once I rent out a
unfortunately.
theater, like I will never they'll never do a re-release of this movie,
Yeah,
sadly.
true.
So I mean maybe for its 10th anniversary, but I fucking
Yeah.
doubt it.
Next year, Man of Steel is gonna be 10 years old. Hey
Yeah.
Ren, if you watch the Caesar Awards, Caesar, what are your thoughts on the winners? I'm so glad Annette won a few awards. I have no idea what the Caesar Awards are, or Caesar. I don't know. I have no idea what those awards are. I'm assuming it's. I'm gonna guess it has something to do with music.
So the Caesar Awards are about the best
Yes.
Caesar salads, and Annette actually made a Caesar salad, and she won a few awards. So it was pretty cool, like
I
the
don't. I
Annette
don't like
baby.
Caesar salad too much.
Well, you wouldn't like the awards then.
Yeah. I mean, I don't dislike it, but it's nothing special.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry, Luis. I have no idea what the Caesar Awards are.
Well, I just told you what it was.
Yeah. Well, I had no idea until Zach told me.
Luis is very into salads, so.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. Get your salad, kids. All right. Next question. Where are we? You asked about Sean William Scott. Sean William Scott is gonna be in a Fox sitcom that's based on a British show similar to The Office in March. Okay, what is the name? Because I might know the British show.
I'm gonna look it up.
Ren's gonna find a way to defend Apocalypse. Apocalypse is a solid movie. Okay, leave Apocalypse alone. Leave it alone.
Trash. Dark Phoenix was better.
All right.
It's called Welcome to Flatch. No. Welcome to Flatch.
No idea what it is. Tyler Van, hot take, but I enjoy XMen: The Last Stand.
This Country is the British BBC series.
Oh, This Country. I don't know it. But thank you for searching that. Hot take, but I enjoy XMen: The Last Stand. Well, Tyler, it is a hot take indeed, my friend. Dark Phoenix is better than that one, I feel. All right. Zach, do you have anything to add? Do you enjoy X-Men: The Last Stand?
I've seen it like twice. I don't really care.
Oh, okay.
I don't really care about that movie.
Gico EP, I'm mixed on the DCU. I love 2 films, The Suicide Squad, Shazam. I like some movies, meh on 2 of them, and hated 3 of them, Justice League, BVS, and 2016's Suicide Squad. Gico EP and I diverge in a lot of things, which is fun because, as you can see, we're still buddies with one another. He just sent me a really cool video this week about Icarus, which I don't necessarily agree with the point the video is making, but the video itself is really good. But the VCU, Gico EP and I disagree a lot, but we do love the Suicide Squad and we do hate Suicide Squad. So that's a bit of a commonality we have with one another. All right. Where are we? More questions. Outside of Snyder, my interest in the DCU is definitely skeptical. I wouldn't say outside of Snyder because I think it can work without Snyder. But to me, it's the fact that they have no ground, no footing to stand on. That's the biggest problem I have.
Their issue was letting Snyder make the world. I'm being serious. That their issue at the start was saying, okay, Man of Steel was divisive. Go ahead and make the rest of the world. That's okay. Like, go ahead and decide. And don't get me
Their
wrong,
problem
I
was
love
being reactionary. Was saying,
Yeah,
"Oh shit, this didn't work. Let's change."
In the middle of production shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I love what Snyder did. I love Zack Snyder. I can't wait for Rebel Moon. So, but that's exactly like Warner Brothers has done.
Lady Aaron, I don't think I've seen any movies that are part of the DCU. Oh wow. What are some DCU movies that you guys recommend that I watch? Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Pretty much everything other than the first Suicide Squad is trash.
And I would also not recommend the Justice League because you can watch the Zack Snyder's. And I mean, I don't hate it. It's definitely better than Suicide Squad. But if you skip Birds of Prey, you're literally not missing anything. Which, again, is one of the problems of the DCU as a universe. So, yeah. Watch them all, except Suicide Squad from 2016. Luis Luciano, Ren Zach, if Ray Fisher is gonna keep being a problem for WB, why WB doesn't just recast Cyborg instead? Because nowadays that brings a plethora of other problems. Like if they do that, people will just accuse them of shutting down or shutting out Ray Fisher. So the best thing
they already are, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The best thing they can do is just not have the character itself in anything, but fix that situation with the guy. You know, address those situations that he brought up. But I mean, the best thing they can do, it's not a good decision, you know, but they have no good outcome. So the least bad thing they can do is just not have Cyborg in anything.
If I'm being honest, though, I'm waiting to see what Discovery does because I really think they actually might be like, you know, the past people here, fucking terrible. What they did to you, terrible. So going forward, you know, I mean, they could bring him back. You never know. But I'm happy he's in Rebel Moon. I'm happy Zack casted him in that.
Yeah, true. Jordan Morgan, a part of me dies when Ren makes a point that they've seen.
I haven't seen it.
For us.
I haven't seen it. I don't know what you're talking about. I've seen Clifford the Big Red Dog, man. I don't see it till
Clifford the
Tuesday.
Big Red Bat.
Yeah.
League of Cinephiles. Does DC have a better 2022 slate compared to Marvel? No. Oh.
Fuck no.
Wait. What does Marvel? Marvel has Doctor Strange, Thor,
Black Panther.
Black Panther is the one I'm least excited about.
But take out the movie side. Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, possibly Werewolf by Night, right? I think that's like kind of the big rumor one right now.
That's just a one-time Halloween special.
But it's still cool.
Yeah, I
Are we getting Guardians Christmas this year or next year? No, we're getting
Yes, we are.
The Christmas special is this year too.
Holiday special. Yeah, I think Marvel has overall the better slate because I did a ranking of the Marvel stuff.
I gotta be honest. After watching Peacemaker, I am 100% more excited for that Christmas special now.
Good point. Look, not to say that DC doesn't have a good slate. I would say I'm not excited for one of the DC things coming out this year. I mean, two, because Super Pets is also coming out this year, so I'm not excited for that. I'm sorry. But Flash and League of Super Pets, I'm not excited about. Batgirl, I'm interested. At the moment, I'm interested. I still wouldn't say excited. But other than that, I'm excited for Aquaman 2. I'm excited for Black Adam. And I'm excited for the film that is coming out next week. But that's not the DCU. But it is DC. It is. I'm more excited for one DC property over anything that Marvel has. But Doctor Strange and Moon Knight are close. And I'm more excited for most things Marvel. All right. Where are we now? Where are we now? Flash. Um, would you say Thor: The Dark World is trash though? No, I enjoyed Thor: The Dark World. Weakest in the MCU, weakest of the Thor movies, but I enjoyed it. I love the Nordic mythology. I always love Asgard. I think the characters have an interesting rapport. I love the mythology that it explores with the ether and whatnot. It has one of the Thor: The Dark World has easily the worst villain in the entire MCU. No one has even come close before or after Malekith, which is a shame because Malekith in the comics is a great character and he was being played by a great actor.
A really good
I
actor,
enjoyed
man. A really good actor. He's super
Christopher
underrated.
Eccleston, one
Leftovers,
of the
man. Leftovers. If you've never seen that show.
I haven't seen that.
Oh my god, damn,
Yeah.
you're missing out. That show's fucking perfect.
Well, you're missing out on not watching Doctor Who, okay? So leave me alone.
Doctor Who. Doctor Who's boring.
Fuck the leftovers. I like to eat my plate full.
Doctor Who's a piece of shit.
Lydia. No, it's
That's
not.
the one show you'll never get me to watch. You've got me to watch a ton of fucking shows. That's the only one I will never watch.
And they've all been great. You've loved them all. So
I know. But I've tried Doctor Who, man. I've tried it. I've tried Matt Smith's stuff. I will say the stuff I watched of Matt Smith was good, but just not my cup of tea.
This question is for Ren. Since we got a video of Zach giving us a tour of his studio.
Okay, let me go kill myself.
When will we get a studio tour video from you? I would love to get a tour of the studios in London, in Portugal. I
want one in Portugal. I've been saying Portugal. I want that one.
I don't think
you've never done a room tour.
I've been
wanting that for years.
I've done Blu-ray collections, but I've not done
because I've seen. You've shown me like behind the scenes, but I'm like, you need to do a room tour.
I've never done it. Yeah, you're right. I just typed room tour on my channel, and the only thing that pops up is Escape Room Tournament of Champions. So for a sec, I was like, did I not review the first Escape? And I didn't.
I still need to see the second one.
It's fun. Did you enjoy the first one?
I hated the ending, but I enjoyed it for what it was.
Okay. Oh, not to spoil anything, but this one has the exact same ending. Like, it's stupid funny how it's like a sequel and it moves as a different movie and with different characters. Then you come to the ending and you're like, holy shit, this is the exact.
Is the main girl back? I really like her.
Yes. Her and the other guy that survived.
I didn't really like him.
Who's from The Walking Dead. Logan Miller, I think is his name.
Yeah, I don't like him,
But I like that you use the word studio, Aaron, because it makes it sound like it's a big thing. Like my room over here, the one I'm sitting on right now, it's very small.
It's as big, like literally that room is as big as like his arm.
Yeah. My camera right now cannot be further apart. I would love to set it further back because it would give you a bigger view of what's around me and I could sit closer to it and give you a bigger image. But literally over here, I'm touching on my closet right now and it's against the wall. And after this, it's just like it's not even the length of me to the other wall and it's done. It's like my room is literally a square. So there's not much to show here. You see almost everything. In Portugal, it's one I should make. Next
you have a lot of shit. You have a lot of
because I have a lot of shit. I just have to put it like there's. I think
that's the reason. The last time I asked you about that, you said it's just because some of it's disorganized.
Because it's overwhelming for me to put it in place. Like there's a lot of figures that are just tumbled down, and I need to put them back.
Which, to be honest, like I mean, I've redone a lot of what I did, like over the last couple of weeks, and I was gonna do a video, but that glass shelf back there. So the things that you guys can see, they're full. The ones underneath are fucking empty.
Over here, like you can't see all there is in these stands, you know, in these things right here. But that's where it ends. There's nothing else to show you. Well, I do have the Eternals Funkos on top of this closet, just because I have nowhere else to put it. I'm running out of space in this room. But maybe I guess
you're gonna have to sell your Power Rangers, man.
No, we should be moving in the near future. So if we do move and I get a better room where we are going, maybe I'll do a room tour there, and that should be fun because that sounds like a great. I would have fun making that video, you know. So hopefully I'll have a better room. But if you want a studio, you can support me through the tip link in the description or by becoming a member. All right. Next question. Next question. Where are we? More questions. Okay. I gotta ask this question. Let me find 2 of 2 before we move. Okay. Gotta ask this question. But what is your opinion on the Oscars not... Ooh, let's get into this. On the Oscars not airing 8 categories. I think this is one of the worst decisions the Academy has ever made. And feel extremely bad for those filmmakers for those omitted categories. So let me say this for what it's worth. I wouldn't call them omitted categories. They're still categories. They're still getting their awards, but it's not being aired on the ceremony.
And they're tweeting it beforehand.
Yeah.
They're tweeting it beforehand.
A ceremony that is all about celebrating and giving out these awards to the best in cinema, and they're not airing it. I find it disgusting. I find it disrespectful, and I find it extremely disappointing. After the whole hosts debacle, it's so moronic to make this decision. It makes absolutely no sense. You're trying to please the general audience. The general audience already doesn't watch you, so why are you trying to please them? It makes me angry. It makes my blood boil. I do not like this at all. I think it's absolutely disgusting that they went about this way and just literally announced it. There were no conversations about it. Years ago, we had the mixing in of sound editing and sound mixing, 2 very distinct disciplines. They're not the same thing. And the branches of the Academy, they are part of the sound mixing and sound editing. They went to the Academy and say, hey, put these together. We don't mind. It's okay, but you have to air this category. And what they do like WB did last year to their filmmakers, and they went around them and fucked them over without them even noticing. I think it's just absolutely, it's awful. It's awful, and I feel for all these filmmakers in these disciplines that are going to be cut out, unfortunately, on a ceremony that is supposed to celebrate them. So that's my rant. Zach?
I'm debating on not covering the awards at all. Reaction, tweeting, anything. If they don't change their mind and air them. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm not 100% with that. I'm hoping they revert it because they've done shit like this in the past, and then they revert that they're not going to do it anymore.
Hopefully they do. Hopefully they revert it.
But we will see. If they want views, put it on fucking YouTube. There are people worldwide who cannot watch this, and they have to just get tweets and stuff like that. Put it on YouTube. Put it on a streaming. Put it on something. You can still make your ad revenue from that. You'll get way more views. It's common sense at this point. The Oscars should not even be on fucking TV anymore. They should be on YouTube. And I'll tell you right now, the Golden Globes, I would not be shocked if they are streamed on YouTube in a couple of years.
But
and
nobody
watch
cares about
that.
the Golden Globes.
No one does, but watch the views be great for that. Because people internationally can watch it. It's a lot of different things, but I was telling my girlfriend this. I was like, imagine if I was nominated, or you were nominated, or one of our friends was nominated for best live action short.
The Oscars are like rotating in terms of where they are, right? They go from ABC to NBC.
It's always ABC. Oh, it's always
ABC. Mm-hmm. Okay. Air it on Disney Plus. Doing it on.
That's another one. They did the nominations on Disney Plus. They aired it on there. So
I only found that out after the nominations because I was watching it on YouTube. I would have watched it on Disney Plus.
Same. But it's sick. It's disappointing. I will not watch it this year. I will not. If they do not fit, I will not. I really.
I'm personally not gonna say that. I'm gonna watch because I do love, in principle at least. I love the Oscars. It's one of my favorite things.
I do too.
It's my birthday, it's Christmas, and it's the Oscars. The Oscars over Christmas, actually.
I don't like watching the show, but I watch it so I can provide reactions because I do get excited for filmmakers. Yeah, I'm not going to be... The fact that there's... Okay, editing and score being mixed out is just bullshit. Those two should be fucking shown.
You're
But
cutting
all of
out
them should.
editing. You realize how ironic that is.
It's the dumbest thing. But Riz Ahmed is nominated for one of the shorts.
Yeah.
He is he is the front runner. You're telling me I'm not going to be able to see Riz Ahmed give his speech? A guy who has worked very hard in Hollywood to get to where he is now? A guy who I really support, and honestly, like, if he would have won for Sound of Metal, I wouldn't have been fucking mad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's things like this, and there's awards, like, I just think about it, like, Ren, if you were nominated for an Oscar, imagine if you couldn't go, and, like, they had to tweet out that you won, and that your team, like, couldn't go up on...
The tweeting out for me is really the salt on the wound.
Before, not even during.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, fuck you guys. Like, it is really baffling. And then you have, like, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if this is so Amy Schumer can do her fucking shit and have more fun...
All due respect, because I tweeted that out and it took off. I didn't even see the comments. I don't care. Come at me because I'm right on this one. But I said, yeah, let's disregard all these filmmaking disciplines to give more airtime to Amy Schumer. I give her as an example because she's the one person amongst the trio I don't like, that it's not funny, and she is also a disgusting human being. But if you're doing this to give more airtime to, be it Amy Schumer, Regina Hall, Wanda Sykes, two people that are actually quite funny, I don't care. It's still fucking disrespectful.
Oh, it is. And this is my thing. Like, literally, if you read the thing, it's like, so we can do more performances and entertainment. Let me tell you, the worst thing about the last Oscars was that fucking game they did with Glenn Close. Was it Glenn Close? That was terrible. Yeah. That was awful. And it killed the entire pacing.
We were all chatting with one another, and we were all like, this is going pretty well, actually. This ceremony is quite good, blah, blah. Like the snap of a finger, as soon as we're talking about that, and they start doing the game and doing the entertainment bits, boom.
Major and it's not even boom. It just kept going down. Like, the winds were high, but it kept going down. And then when they're like,
it's a boom, like a bomb.
Yeah. And then their choice of, Chadwick's probably going to win, so let's do Best Actor last.
Yeah,
it was like the air was sucked out of that room.
I was wishing for Anthony. I hoped it would be Anthony, but I addressed that it was very scummy of them to weaponize.
You know who directed that? You know who directed that, right? Do you know who directed last year's Oscars? Do you remember?
I think I knew at the time, but I don't remember.
Soderbergh did it.
That's right. It was Soderbergh. Yeah.
So, and that was apparently his choice.
Nobody's fucking in superhero movies. Nobody's fucking. But look at what you did, the Oscars. You fucked up a whole family of people on that one. Luis Luciano. Hey, Ren and Zach. With Captain Carter confirmed to be in it and not Chadwick for the obvious reasons, do you think the Guardians of the Multiverse will be in the Multiverse of Madness? I don't think I can answer this question one way or another.
I can. I don't know anything about this. So.
Okay, you answer it.
I think part of them maybe will be, but I don't think the full team will be. Clearly from the trailers, you can kind of make alludes to who is there and what those chairs are doing, and who they are. And I think that's the team we're going to see. I do think we're going to see like alternate versions of a team. I just don't see Guardians of the Multiverse. I will say, I think before Chadwick's passing, if he was still alive, I would not be shocked if he was T'Challa Star-Lord in this in live action. I think that, and honestly, Ren, I guarantee they were probably going to do a spin-off show, like animation-wise, like how they're doing Marvel Zombies and stuff with him. It was just so set up so well in that episode to continue.
Yeah. That was the first like really good episode of What If.
It was excellent. Yeah. And it still makes me sad. Like I very much get emotional talking about Chadwick's passing because like I love him as an actor. And I don't know. It's really sad. It's still really sad. And I hope Black Panther 2 is great. I really do.
Yeah. Cricket Green. So why is there no The Batman Questions? Because the film is under embargo until Monday, 5 p.m. GMT. That's 9 a.m. PST, Zach? 10?
9 a.m. 10 my time, 9 a.m. PST.
PST. Okay. 9 a.m. PST.
I don't even know. I thought about it. I'm like, when am I going to put my review up? Because everyone is going to put up the review right then and there.
Oh, of course.
And
Yeah.
it's difficult because it's
I am.
like, I might wait like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's 10
Mine is
minutes.
probably going to be quite long as well.
Did you film yours yet? Real fast?
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
film yours
Tomorrow.
yet?
Tomorrow.
No? Okay.
Tomorrow. Jigo Review, based on Studio 66, which one of your favorite bands that you would love to see do a movie, and what genre? It'd be funny if Green Day do an action movie, or System of a Down doing a horror movie.
Oh, did you not hear G. Colby? System of the Down's in the next John Wick. John Wick's gonna kill them all.
When I think of my favorite bands, they would do well in a kind of Studio 66 style movie, I think. Metallica would be a fun one. Iron Maiden would be a fun one. Then there are bands that I listen to them a lot, but I don't properly know like their personality, if that makes any sense. Like Sleeping with Sirens, Issues, Bring Me the Horizon.
You're throwing some big ones that I haven't listened to in a while, but I love.
I just stumbled upon a band recently that I had no idea who they were, but my Spotify started playing them, and I'm like, this is my style of music, and they're called Arion, Arion. My favorite album, I listened to all their albums since. My favorite album of them is called Life Is Not Beautiful. That one is really cool. I stumbled upon Twilight Force recently. Power metal, heavy metal, that's my jam. But I don't know what genres would be. Yeah, I don't know. But Metallica, Iron Maiden would be fun ones. In Green Day as well. I haven't listened to them in quite a while, but they'd be fun. Lady Aaron, Ren and Zack, since tomorrow's Pokemon Day, which I had no idea about, there is going to be a Pokemon Presents in less than 24 hours. Will you guys get to see it or not? I usually only watch these if it is confirmed to have some news about brand new games. So I don't know what's going to be on there, but if I find out that there is going to be news about new games, I'll tune in. I'll leave it on YouTube as I'm probably doing something else, because I'm always interested in finding out stuff about the new games. So yeah. Jordan Morgan, were the blue and red lights intentional? It's more a question for Zach, because I've had these for a while. Zach has had these since he remodeled like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Something like that.
They
Did you
were
put red
not.
lights intentionally?
No, well, I
Okay.
just left them on because it's been red because I've been filming a couple of videos
Okay.
for something, so
Yeah.
and then I just didn't change it.
All right. Lady Aaron, what is your favorite song from In the Heights? After listening to the soundtrack fully again, I'd have to say my favorite is 96,000. It has always been 96,000 for me. It's not even close to, well, I wouldn't say it's not even close with any others. But Fireworks, it's not called Fireworks. Blackout is really good. The Club is really good, but 96,000 is 100% the best one. Zach?
It's either the very, very first one, In the Heights, or 96,000. I listen to them almost every day.
All right. Joe Morgan, I only started watching movies heavily in 2018-19. Oh, okay. So I've missed basically everything in cinemas, but you do get to watch a ton of things for the first time ever, and for that,
Which
I
is
envy
something
very
I'm
much.
jealous.
I pray every day they show La La Land for any reason.
Oh,
So today, actually, Cineworld, because I believe Jordan might not be Jordan, but just in case it is Jordan, today Cineworld is showing The Godfather for its 50th anniversary, and they're going to show Godfather 2 and they're going to show Godfather 3 in cinemas. And over here, if Jordan is from the UK, I don't think he is from London, but there is a theater here in London called the Prince Charles Theater,
I got a
and they
Prince
do a
Charles.
ton. And they do a ton of they show a ton of old movies. They do movie marathons. They show Blade Runner 2049 all the time. They show The Room. Greg Sestero and Tommy Wiseau come here all the time. I've seen, what did I see there? I saw The Greatest Showman sing-along version. I saw it there. Indiana Jones in 70mm print. Raiders and Temple of Doom I saw there. not the best one, not The Last Crusade, unfortunately. But they show older films all the time. So if you ever stop by London, take a look at the Prince Charles and see if they're playing La La Land, because I know they've played it. I haven't caught it, but I know they've played it before. All right. GGOEP, let me find 2 of 2. There it is. After rewatching the rundown, would Peter Berg have been a better pick to direct Uncharted or the sequel? It's him returning with Wahlberg. I know Mile 22 and Spencer Confidential weren't good, but the rundown proved he could have done a good Uncharted movie, plus Lone Survivor and Deepwater Horizon and Patriots Day. Patriots Day is probably his best one for me. Peter Berg is not one I'd put over some of the choices we sent out last week, I think, like Sean Levy, like Travis Knight. I would maybe put it over Jon Favreau, because ever since then he has distanced, kind of his style has distanced itself from the style I believe fits in Uncharted, but not completely. Like, it's not like he's become unfit for an Uncharted. I'd put him over a Jon Favreau for it. I think the qualities you see in his direction overall is quality, but then you find a lot of similarities in the rundown. So I think you have a good point there. If they announced Peter Berg for a sequel to Uncharted, I think I'd be down for that. I wouldn't be against it. I'd be like, oh, interesting choice. And the more I think about it, I'm liking it more and more. Zach, what do you think?
Nope. Because he'll let Mark Wahlberg do his shit again. That's why. That's why. It's not that he wouldn't do it, but it's because Mark Wahlberg would be able to. Yeah. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Let's go fight at Papa John's. Let's go fight at Papa John's.
What do you think, buddy?
I got a mustache.
Huh?
That mustache is ugly as fuck too. So
every mustache is ugly as fuck.
No, Matt Reeves is fucking dope.
Oh, Matt Reeves, he looks like Gordon.
He does, but he can pull that fucking thing off. Like, even Jeffrey Wright in the trailers, like, he pulls that mustache off. Like, I like that.
Ren and Zach, what is your opinion on the Oscars fan favorite? Honestly, I don't care. Which movie will you vote for on that one? As for me, it's definitely Annette.
Cinderella's winning right now, which is fucking funny.
It is hilarious. The Oscars cheer moment question is the 2 of 2. The Oscars. Oh, also, if you guys saw the finalists for the Oscars cheer moment, will you vote for it? And if so, which one will you vote? I'm not going to vote. The whole fan voting, fan moment, cheer moment is stupid. But if one should win, it's Avengers Endgame, Avengers Assemble. That's the one. Period. End of sentence. But the Oscars are not for fans to vote. It's for the filmmakers, the Academy to vote for it.
Yeah.
So I don't. I'm not invested, honestly, either way. Zach, are you voting for anything?
No, but I'm sending you something in the private chat that's going to piss you off. I don't know if it's real or not, but I saw he hinted at this. And if it's true, another reason why I don't want to watch. This is another reason why I don't want to watch.
Yeah, okay. More reason for me not to care. I'm not pissed. I'm just, okay, I already don't care about it. Now I don't care about it even less. Fuck that. Also, if you get Sean William Scott back in the movies, what's the franchise you would like to see him in? Put him in Deadpool 3 and make him a villain. Look at Goon and Bloodline. I don't think I've seen Bloodline.
Bloodline's really underrated.
Okay.
It's new. It came out a couple years ago.
Plus Stifler. I think he'd fit in a Deadpool 2, in a Deadpool 3. You know where I also think he'd fit? An Ant-Man movie.
Yeah.
Or a James Gunn property.
Would you want him to be a villain, though? I don't think he'd be good as a villain. I think he'd be good as an anti-hero or something like that.
Anti-hero, I think he'd be a good...
Shit! You know who you can recast this role easily. Recast Weasel, because T.J. Miller's a fucking loser. Recast him as Sean... I'm not even joking. That's
when you said recast Weasel, I'm like, what the fuck did Sean Gunn do?
No. Okay.
I'm like, why the fuck are we recasting Weasel? Until you said TJ Miller. But yeah, I think I'm forgetting the guy's name. But when I said Ant-Man, there's a third Ant-Man in the comics.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. They're doing that comic series right now with 4 of them, and I know which one. I can't remember.
Infamous Ant-Man or something.
Yeah.
Eric O'Grady. Like
Yeah.
he's Scott Lang, but without the moral compass. He's Scott Lang. He's a thief. He's a scumbag. Blah blah. But without the heart of gold.
Would you like to? Would you want to see that though in live action?
I think it'd be fun.
Okay.
Not.
Would you?
Not
Let me ask you
3.
this: What if like Scott Lang was to be retired and that was the way they were to go?
I don't think he'd be like a good replacement for Scott Lang because he's not that much younger than Paul Rudd. Like he's in his 40s at this point.
Yeah.
As well. So I don't think it'd be a good replacement, but I think it'd be a good addition to the universe.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then again, Sean William Scott age. Hey, he's 45.
Oh.
So yeah, he's not that much younger. Is Jensen Ackles good in his animated Batman? He is in both because he's done one. He was in Under the Red Hood, and he played Jason Todd, the Red Hood. Spoilers, I guess. And recently in The Long Halloween Parts 1 and 2, he plays the Batman himself. And The Long Halloween,
I didn't know he did that. I still haven't watched this.
Is actually quite good. The Long Halloween is actually a movie you do want to watch for no particular reason at all, but that's one you want to watch. Other than it being good. Ren and Zach, I'm scared for Top Gun Maverick. That Top Gun Maverick is being moved again since they haven't begun to promote it and market it. When is it supposed to come out?
May.
Right now.
May.
Top Gun Maverick.
It's the end of May.
The end of May? Yeah, I would relax for now, Luis. Don't worry because they've dropped a ton into the marketing already.
They need to. The thing with Top Gun, that's a movie that people know are coming out. You drop a trailer in April, maybe end of March. We'll probably get a new trailer at the end of March.
Let me take a look at my folder because I already have a folder for Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick. There's already 3 trailers out.
Yeah.
So you already know they pumped a lot into this marketing. That was a big game spot last year at the Super Bowl. On that alone, think about the money they spent on that. So I wouldn't worry right now. If we get to the end of March and you still haven't heard anything new, not even saying a trailer, a brand new poster, a teaser for a trailer. If by the end of March we haven't heard anything, then start to worry.
I will say this. They showed people the movie last year.
I know. Edgar Wright has seen it twice.
Edgar Wright fucking broke embargo.
Yeah.
But I will say...
He can.
I honestly wouldn't be shocked if we see a trailer next week. Because a movie's coming out and a lot of people are going to go see it. So I wouldn't be shocked if it's... So most likely, if you think about it, we're probably getting a Fantastic Beasts.
And it's March. And it's March already.
Yep. So... And marketing has very much changed nowadays with the pandemic. You don't need a trailer that far out. 2-3 months beforehand is really all you need now. That's the honest truth. Long are the days where we get a trailer a year in advance. So trailers to look out for because a lot of shit's coming up. I would say we got Top Gun, probably Thor. I would assume because Thor's July or is Thor June or July? July. Morbius, we know we're getting a Monday. The final trailer. Fantastic Beasts 3 is probably any day this week. I know it was supposed to come out on Thursday, but then everything happened with Ukraine. So they delayed it, which was smart on them. But yeah, so I mean, there's weird thing, but Top Gun is out there. Trust me. My grandparents, this is their most anticipated film of all time, and they know about it. So if they know about it and they don't even go to the theater, it's gonna be fine.
All right. I asked Zach this on Twitter last night, but he never got to answer it. But to both of you, what are your top 3 favorite musical movies? There's a 2 of 2. For me, my favorite is probably In the Heights. My second is The Greatest Showman. And my favorite My third favorite is in the high second favorite. There's Showman and favorites as a tie between La La Land and Annette. I don't carry a top three on my head, but the greatest music of all time is La La Land for me.
Yep.
Zach,
I
do you have a
agree.
top three or
Yep.
just
Nope.
a
La
number
La
one?
Land. La La Land all day long. I'm
La
not a big
La
fan of
Land.
musicals. Not a big fan of musicals. It was very surprising that I liked 3 last year. So,
Ren, are you nervous for your next matchup in the League of Cinephiles tournament? I'm cheering for both of you guys as I love you, Ren, but I also love the League of Cinephiles as well. No, I'm not.
wow.
I've beaten Alex
Wow.
before.
No.
I've beaten Alex before. I'll beat him again.
No more questions from Lady Aaron. I mean that's you either support Ren or you don't at all. So my boy beats ass, kills people, and wins. He's the real John Wick when it comes down to anything. So
I am. I'm
he could kick Keanu Reeves' ass.
I'm Ren God Mode Geekness in that tournament. That's my nickname, and it's my nickname for a reason. I've beaten Alex before, where I was fighting him and another guy, so I'll beat him again 1-on-1. GGP guys, let's after let's just say recent comments from from Evangeline Lilly. If they recast the Wasp, who's your pick? I've seen people say Jennifer Garner, Zooey Deschanel, Kate Beckinsale, Neve Campbell.
Oh, great. But they won't recast her.
Ooh.
They won't recast her.
They won't. Between these 4 picks, because honestly, I can't think of another one. I'd go
I was more afraid of her
Jennifer
haircut
Garner
than anything.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but that...
It was an upgrade in the second one, though. I was afraid of her.
It sucks. I will say this: it sucks because I do love Angeline Lilly in the role, and I just love her as an actress.
Yes, she's a good actress.
I wish actors and actresses would just shut the fuck up about everything else. You know what I mean? Like,
I wish they were as smart as they are talented.
That too. But for me, I mean,
people, not just her, other people.
But she won't get recasted as long as because here's the thing. It's not like what she said. And I'm not trying to get too political, but what she said, there's a demographic that does support her. So if you recast her, that demographic will be pissed. Yeah. It's the same thing with, I'm probably going to, Letitia Wright. Is it Letitia Wright? Letitia Wright. Same thing with her. If she gets recasted, a lot of people are going to be pissed. Not saying, like, it could be a very big, small minority, but people will be mad. So there's a whole thing of Disney will probably eventually send something to Angeline Lilly saying, shut the fuck up. Kind of like what they did with Cara Dune. Told Gina Carano, hey, be quiet. But they've done this with other people. Like, from my understanding, Pedro was also very outspoken about other things that many other people are way more supportive of. And they told him, you got to stop. And from my knowledge, I don't think he's literally shared anything in a while. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we need to remember is that Disney will probably warn first, like they did with Gina Carano, and then after that take action, depending. I think Letitia Wright's the same thing. She hasn't done anything or posted. A lot of it's all come out of like TMZ bullshit stuff. But, you know, that's how I feel. But I would pick Zoe, if I'm being honest. I'd pick Zoe or Kate. I'd pick Zoe or Kate.
Pick Jennifer or Kate.
Ooh, okay. Jennifer would be a really good one. I'd love to see Jennifer Gardner. I think her and Paul Rudd would have a really good dynamic with one another.
True. Can't wait to see her in the Adam Project. I love Jennifer Garner. Jordan Morgan, low-key upload the review a day or two before the 4th? Or would that not be good strategy? I don't do YouTube, so I'm just wondering. It's a very legit question. To me, I know what Zach means. Like, when am I going to upload a review? Because when embargo breaks, it's going to feel overcrowded. To me, as overcrowded as it feels, my reviews do best when they drop, when the review embargo, when I'm lucky enough and blessed enough to have seen the movie by the time embargo drops and I drop my review then, that's when they do the best. That's when they bring in most people. I did it with Uncharted. Look what that did for the channel. That was great for the channel. It brought in a ton of people. It brought in a ton of views. And so I got to hope that with every single video that I pour my heart and soul into and that I put out, people are going to enjoy it. People are going to click it, going to like it, share it, and are going to click that subscribe button and stick around for videos in the future. So, yeah. Anything to add, Zach?
For a second I was kind of confused. Jordan, we have seen the movie. I know he said the 4th, so it's like when like upload. The embargo is Monday, so we can post Monday after a certain time. There's a lot of different strategies you can do. What Ren's does works. I just for me I contemplate so many different things on YouTube that I'm like, and then like if I post something, then I'll be like, oh, well, if I would have done this, maybe it would have done better, type of thing. There's some reviewers though on YouTube who will drop it a minute early, and fuck those ones. Fuck those ones.
Yeah,
fuck those ones.
Jordan. So I wasn't wrong. Jordan is our viewer from the UK. That sounds so good. I am in the UK, but London is around 4 hours away from me. Yes, so not.
That's
not
okay.
bad.
Walk.
Godfather is playing in my. Godfather is playing in my local Odeon too. So there you go. I know the Godfather is playing all around in the UK. I say Cineworld because that's the one I go to. That's the one I have the card for. But View, Odeon, Everyman, I know it exists all around the country. Cineworld, Odeon, whatever. They're playing that today. I couldn't go because I was supposed to get visitors this week, so I didn't book it. And then when they changed the dates that they were coming to visit, there weren't good seats left, so I'm not going to watch The Godfather tonight.
How dare they? How dare they ruin that? Like, what? How dare they? Very rude.
I go to London every now and again, so that sounds amazing. Yes, keep an eye out for the Prince Charles. Even if you don't get to see La La Land, I'm sure there are a ton of opportunities of a ton of films that are going to be amazing cinema experiences. Let me just take a look. The Prince Charles Cinema. Because now I'm going to try and convince Zach to come over here, and we're going to go to the Prince Charles. You want to know what they're playing today, Zach?
Sure.
So today they're playing Drive My Car. They're playing The Godfather. They're doing an Arnie all-nighter tonight that starts at 9 p.m. It's going to have Commando, Total Recall, Predator, The Terminator, and Terminator Judgment Day. They're going to have an Wong Kar-wai all-nighter as well. And this is just today. Tonight they're playing Tonight. Tomorrow they're playing Princess Mononoke, The Tragedy of Macbeth, The Power of the Dog, The Dark Crystal, Wild Strawberries, Belfast, Heat, Dune. This cinema is amazing. I cannot tell you this enough.
Kind of bullshit, if you ask me.
They're playing Widows on Monday. Steve McQueen's Widows. What else? Spirited Away, Belle on Tuesday. I'm going to run through the whole week. I'm giving them free promotion. They're not sponsoring the show. They should.
They should support.
They're playing. You know what they're playing on Tuesday, Zach? I know you love this movie as much as me. Silence. Martin Scorsese's Silence. They're playing
they're replaying that? That's something I never thought I would ever.
On Thursday, they're playing Denis Villeneuve's Enemy, Moonstruck.
Enemy,
yeah,
that's sick. I love that movie.
Blade Runner: The Final Cut on Friday. Wayne's World and Wayne's World 2 and Pulp Fiction on Friday as well. Dude, this cinema is awesome.
That is
Prince Charles Cinema in London. All right. Let's get into our final.
I'm sorry I made fun of you guys for saying I had a Prince Charles.
Oh, I like this one because I get to say I was right. By the way, what is your opinion on Uncharted doing really well and better than expected at the box office? I told you all. I said it was going to do quite well, and it did quite well. I don't remember precisely what my prediction was. I don't remember precisely what Zach's prediction was, but I remember I said this is actually going to do quite well. I feel people like Tom Holland. The general audience hasn't played the games, so they're going to like this adventure movie thing that's on, and they did, and they went to it, and I was right. So in your face, everyone who disagreed. Zach, what are your thoughts?
Haha. Yeah, you're right. It's getting a sequel, and Mark Wahlberg's gonna go, hey, I threw a bag of gold in someone's face.
Hey everyone, I already had the gold in my hand, so there was no conflict in that moment.
I'm just a fucking idiot. I could have grabbed a piece.
Mm-hmm. For you. Question for Zach. Did you remodel your room? Because I no longer see that 4K TV behind you.
Yes, I did, and it is now in front of me right here. So there you go.
Right. Does what you said about the long Halloween apply to parts 1 and 2? I assume yes. Watch the whole thing, because my issue with part 1 is that it's not an entire film. The whole story is in the 2 movies. So, but I watched the part 1 when it came out, and then I had to wait for part 2. And it's not like Dune. They didn't do a proper job at conveying the story as one part and another part, and each one of them being a story in itself. It's very much it's one story broken into 2 parts. So definitely watch the.
I want to ask you. So I have not watched this yet. As someone who
Okay.
loves that comic, am I going to be annoyed by it at all
No,
because of changes? Or no?
It's quite faithful. There are changes. It's an adaptation, but as far as adaptations are concerned, it's very faithful.
Okay.
Very faithful.
I was curious on that. So okay.
You want to watch that one and Batman Year One, the movie? The
movie, the movie's great. I've seen that one. Yeah, that's great.
Where Bryan Cranston voices Commissioner Gordon in that one.
Yep.
I don't remember who voices Batman in that one. Batman Year One animated movie from 2011. It's already 10 years old. Who voices Batman? Bryan Cranston. It's Ben McKenzie. Ben McKenzie, who went on to play Commissioner Gordon in the Gotham show, voices Batman in this movie.
Breaking fucking news.
Uncharted sequel announced.
No. Zatch Bell is getting a sequel manga and eventually a sequel anime.
I've never seen it. I'm sorry. I know you love it. I know you love. You're literally the only person I associate with that.
Dude, it's so funny because like everyone I know in my life. No.
I'm just saying
no, dude.
Whenever I hear Zach Bell, Zach Pope.
It's so funny because everyone in my life, like even people who don't know what anime is, like I have a friend who like 1 year for Christmas, she got me a bunch of manga, and I don't read manga at all.
Yeah.
And it was all Zatch Bell. She goes, I saw this at the store and I thought this was you. She goes, that's the only thing you used to talk about. I'm like, I don't fucking talk about that all the time. But like when people ask me like one of my favorite anime, it's fucking Zatch Bell. It's not even great. Like I tried rewatching it. I'm like, this is fucking terrible. But it's nostalgia. And dude, I tried finding the GameCube game for it. It is $300 now. Fuck that. I'm not spending $300 on a shitty game. It's not even great. It's not even a great game.
Jigo EP. Ren, we all know your favorite Foo Fighters song is Walk because it was in the first Thor. Is it the song that plays in the credits? Because I remember at the time when I watched the first Thor, the song starts playing. I'm like, is that Foo Fighters? Why did they have Foo Fighters on this?
Kenneth Branagh must like him.
Yeah, true. Jigo EP. Well, Ren, since I mentioned them and you seem like a metalhead based on your favorite bands, do you listen to System of a Down or even Alter Bridge? Alter Bridge. Hell, fucking yes. Bullet for My Valentine is another one. They would be in a horror movie for Bullet for My Valentine would be the fit. System of a Down, not as hardcore as some of the other ones, but I like System of a Down. I really like them quite a bit. I like them more before Serj Tankian.
Is that the name? They need to do a band movie with the Who at their age right now.
Oh yes, please.
I saw that was my first concert ever, by the way. That was my first concert, was the Who.
My first concert was a Portuguese band, so nobody will understand the reference. Sadly. Tyler Van, what was the movie that turned you on to Robert Pattinson?
Oh, turned me on. Fuck, Twilight. That turned me on, man. That scene in Breaking Dawn Part 1 when they break the bed. Woo, man. That got me going in the theater. It was like 50 Shades of Grey in that bitch.
Well, 50 Shades of Grey is Twilight fan fiction, so
yeah, that is.
True. You're technically not wrong. To me, the film that turned me on him, and it's still what I think.
I think I know what you're going to say.
It's still what I think. What am I going to say? It's still his best performance to this day. He's not even the main character.
The Rover.
The Rover. Hell, fucking yes.
I fucking knew it. So that's the same movie that turned me on to him. I saw The Rover. It's not my favorite performance by him.
Yours is a good time.
Maybe. It's an interesting question, Ren.
It is.
Good time is. Good time is.
As of right now, it is your favorite performance.
Love Good Time. I love Good Time. I mean, but the Rover was
the
the movie that I watched, and I'm like, holy shit, like this guy can fucking act. Because I'm not one of the Twilight haters. Like I joke and I don't think they're like they're not great movies, but they're not terrible. Like my girlfriend loves those movies. She puts them on all the time. I can watch them. I can watch them. They're fine. And he's not bad in them. He's just doing what he was told to do. Like I read the books, like because we had these. I don't know if you know what these are called. Like I don't know if you guys had this in Portugal when growing up.
I know what books.
No. It's called an AR test. Do you know what an AR testing is? Like you would read a book and take a test in elementary school on that book. Okay, so like I would do that.
No, but that sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, so we'd have these goals. We'd have to hit like I don't know, like 100 points. So I used to be obsessed with reading because I was very competitive. So I would read everything: Harry Potter, Artemis Fowl. Like this is when I would read so much. And one of the things I read was Twilight because I didn't know what it was before the movie came out. So I read it so I could take the test on it, and I fucking did great. And the book was boring. Right. And then I saw the movie, and yeah. But yeah, Rover and then Good Time. But seriously, every performance. Lost City of Z is still one of my favorite films for the last 10 years that no one talks about. Yeah. No one. And that guy went on to do Ad Astra, which fucking blew my mind. And he has a new film coming out this year that I can't wait to see. So
he does.
Yeah,
James Gray, underrated filmmaker, and he has such a mundane name. It's easy to forget.
I know it's like one of the easiest names to remember, and it's like.
What would you do to shorten the length of the Oscars? That's not involved getting rid of any of the category. Get rid of the fucking hosts. It's
entertainment.
Like, have the people who are presenting the awards having a little bit of an exchange about the thing. I'm going to bring something up that you are not going to agree with at all. No, rather, you're not going to disagree, but you're going to acknowledge very wisely so that it is impossible. It's something that will never happen. But when I do VPNs, man, and I'm trying to watch American TV, you guys
get a ton of commercials.
More commercials than I thought possible. I have no idea how you need so many fucking commercials.
Or how you watch TV. It's bad, dude, man. I don't watch TV anymore. I watch streaming.
Like when I'm watching the Oscars, you have so many every fucking 5 minutes.
Dude,
you have breaks.
Dude, The Walking Dead out here. Awful. I'm not shitting. So you know, The Walking Dead's like already like 45 to 50 minutes. Yeah. There are like 20 minutes of commercials.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, we have so many commercials out here. It's a joke. And like, dude, with this per se, yeah, there's a ton of commercials, but it's like the Super Bowl. A lot of people pay for their commercials during the Oscars. So that is a big thing. Like there's a ton of commercials during the Super Bowl. So.
Yeah. Okay.
How many more you want to take, by the way?
We're almost done, so let's take just the ones that are left.
I'm surprised we're catching up.
Comment. Commercials are the worst.
I'm surprised we're catching up.
After this, not anymore. Unless we get a really good question.
Yeah.
Where are we? Also, Ren, you're right about the women in Batman movies not being the best written. They're not, yeah. Kim Basinger's character to me was like how MJ in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man is to a lot of people. She's very annoying. My thing with MJ is not really that she's badly written, is that she's written the same throughout the 3 movies.
Yep.
That's a big... And even
Damsel in Distress.
I think she's solid, but I never bought her as the love interest that has Bruce change his entire life, finally deciding, okay, I'm done as the Batman. I'm going to.
Where's Kim at? Which one is she in? That's
she is. She is in the original.
Okay.
The
okay. So
one.
she's.
Yeah.
Do you know why that's? Do you know why Tim Burton didn't bring her back for the sequel?
Because she's annoying.
Part of that, he actually. So technically, which is fucking stupid, it is technically a separate movie. He did not want to do a sequel. It makes no sense. If you go and watch interviews, it makes no sense. But he didn't want anything tying to the original.
It's a Tim Burton. It's a Tim Burton movie.
It's like a
It's
Tim
Burton
Burton. Yeah,
movie.
it's so weird.
Makes
Like
no
because I
sense.
was doing research for my ranking I'm gonna do for him, and I'm like, because I love Batman Returns. I unabashedly love that movie. I do not love the original Michael Keaton one though. I'll say that. I wish I did.
All right. Ren, when is your birthday? On March 7th. My birthday is March 7th. Best day of the year.
And then the second
I
best
told
day of the year is March 25th.
exactly. Oh yeah, I told Ren this, but after Uncharted was over, my audience clapped, so they seemed to really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. What are movies you have seen the divide between critics and audiences?
Every
Well,
Ruben
I'm going to
Fleischer
cheat a
movie
little bit.
besides Zombieland.
That's true. That's actually well, Gangster Squad. I don't think anybody liked. Unless
I think no. I
unless you're
think
talking about
I
me.
think it's positive. I think the Rotten Tomato score is
Really? Okay.
positive.
But
I'll go
is it
look
like
it up.
drastically positive?
I don't know. I've still never seen that movie. I really want to. I really want to watch that movie.
I thought it was fine. Like for the trailer that they put out for
Never
the
mind.
cast that they got
rotten.
it for.
It's rotten.
Okay, it's rotten. I think it's all right. Well, The Last Jedi is the obvious answer, right?
But that's because
Eternals
they
is
did
another
it got
one.
review bombed. Same with Captain Marvel. Like those are before Rotten
Yeah,
Tomatoes
I
started
guess.
doing the actual. You have to show your
Yeah,
ticket.
true.
Because if I'm being honest, like
Fair
I
point.
actually do. I thought that was stupid at first, but I genuinely think that's actually changed. You can't
Mhm.
review bomb this shit anymore.
Yeah. What else? I don't know. Those are the ones.
Every
that came to
A24
mind.
movie.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. And I find myself 50-50 as well. Sometimes I'm with the critics, and other times I'm with the
let's
audience.
guess the next movie that's gonna do this, because I already know what movie's gonna do this.
Oh, which one? Probably
You
the
wanna pick
next
my guess?
A24 one. Probably the next.
It's not
A24
A24,
one.
but it's from a director that has done a lot of A24 movies.
Oh, I'm gonna guess Alex Garland's Men. That's gonna be mine. Men.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. No, it's
it's the one with Jesse Buckley.
no.
You haven't seen the teaser?
No, I have. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it.
Oh,
I'm really excited.
You can watch it.
Is.
I have no idea what it is about. You can watch this one.
No, it's not A24, but it's from a director who has done A24 movies.
Jordan Peele?
No,
he hasn't done A24 movies. I'm stupid. Who has done a lot?
You love this director. You love this is one of
Robert Eggers, The Northman.
Yeah, The Northman. Yeah.
I think this is gonna. Yeah. You're right. I think so. Yeah.
Because I think people are gonna go and think, oh yeah, it's gonna be a fucking epic Viking film, and then they're gonna get Skarsgård jerking off in a cave probably for 30 minutes. But
oh god. Jesus Christ. Okay. What are some of the most legendary movie quotes? That's an out of nowhere. But why do we fall is the greatest quote of all time. Why do we fall? So we can pick ourselves back up from the Dark Knight trilogy. All right, Zach.
I don't got one. Not off the top of my head. I do love the one from We Bought a Zoo. That's like, with only 20 seconds of insane courage, you can get anything done.
I remember. I like that movie.
I fucking love that movie. I love that movie.
Gabriel Escobar.
I love that movie.
Do y'all think there might be another Halloween movie after Halloween ends? If not immediately after, because I don't know if it's actually going to end, but eventually they'll reboot it again. They'll reboot from the first one.
That's what I was gonna say. From my understanding, this is a definitive ending to this series, but that doesn't stop them from doing a remake. Yeah, they'll probably do Michael Myers versus Texas Chainsaw next. So, and they'll both be running for presidency. So that'll be awesome.
Alrighty then, and let me take this out because we're not. Alrighty, and that is it for this week in Geek. That was our second episode, ladies and gentlemen. Now, don't forget, next Saturday we won't have an episode. I'll be out of town. I'll be traveling to Scotland, to the Highlands.
The Highlands.
Go there. I always wanted to go there.
Are you wearing a kilt?
I'm going to buy a kilt, sir. That's what I'm going to buy.
Are you gonna wear underwear under it? Like, are you just gonna go?
That's illegal. You can't wear a kilt and wear underwear.
Swear. Bet.
I swear.
Just nothing. So nothing underneath.
Nothing. Absolutely. Gotta let little Ren breathe a little bit.
Okay.
Big Ren.
Your
I'm
Prince
little
Charles. Sorry.
my Prince Charles. But yeah, next week we won't have a show, but we have a ton of content dropping this week. And I just dropped my reviews for the entirety of the Dark Knight trilogy. Just dropped reviews for Dog, for No Exit. So if you haven't checked those out, I really love you to have you on those videos to start the conversation. This week, Monday, 5 p.m. GMT, 9 a.m. PST, the Batman review drops. And then I'll have a spoiler review on Friday, March 4th. Then I'm going to have an article over on mamasgeeky.com as well, and a few other videos throughout this week, including more The Batman videos. Zach, what you got coming up?
I am going to be reviewing The Batman. That's a big one. I'm also going to be doing a top 5 comics you should read before or after watching The Batman, which I'm actually very excited to do that one. Most of them are pretty obvious, but there's actually a new one that came out recently that I actually loved, and I think a lot of people should check out. So that's going to be included in there. After that, what else? Batman ranking, Batman actor ranking, anything Batman.
Batman movies ranking.
And then the next week it's Pixar week because we got Turning Red, man.
That's right. I already secured the screener for that one. So yeah.
Yeah, so very excited for that. Very excited to review Turning Red. Most likely we'll probably do an updated Pixar like tier list ranking, because I've never done a tier list, but I've done a ranking of it. So we'll see though. It really depends on how I'm feeling, because the Batman might burn me out on making videos. I might want to take a little bit of a break before we head into April, May, June, July, all that shit. So that's really all I got for me. I'll miss doing this next week. So that's for sure.
It will be just a pit stop, and then we'll be back 2 weeks from now. So we have more time to decide on.
I guess the next topic should be I think we should do
probably best Pixar movies, because it'll be the week of Turning Red.
Oh man, I'm stupid. I was thinking the Batman. I forgot Turning Red was already coming out.
Since we don't have a show next week, I'm sure a lot of our friends here in the chat will have a ton of questions about the Batman.
I will most likely be doing a spoiler discussion unless I get lazy and don't do it. I know I've already told Ren and asked him to do it, but I forgot he was going to Scotland. So we will see on that. Might try and get a couple other guests then. I know Ren said he'll pop in or do something if I do. So
I'll pop in if Zach will have me. Yeah.
So we'll see. It just depends on what day I want to do it. I want to do it Saturday, but then I know a lot of you guys might not have already seen it. So but there's not a lot.
Sunday to play safe.
There really isn't a lot to spoil in my
I think there is.
Never mind. Okay, never mind. Yeah, don't get spoiled.
All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to us. If you're listening on Monday when this drops on Spotify, and if you're listening on Monday, maybe the Batman reviews are already up on my channel at least. So go check if they are. And until 2 weeks from now, because again, there isn't a show next week, love each other